example between the Stanleys Parable on each street?
Does it work from does it still work? Can you be famous of what you with like going and the same thing? Or does it have to be good again?
You know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal in order to leave the biggest kind of stuff. Right?
Yeah. So let's just say this.
So let's just say it was yeah.
Great.
I know that you're not me. It was like
I'm glad you said that.
well, right. Because I wanted to put him down to a better level. Basically, right. And
You kind of spoke.
with that example between us on each street.
Does it work from does it still work? Can you be famous of what you with like going and the same thing? Or does it have to be good again?
You know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal in order to leave the biggest kind of stuff. Right?
Yeah. So let's just say this.
So let's just say it was yeah.
Great.
I know that you're not me. It was like
I'm glad you said that.
well, right. Because I wanted to put him down to a better level. Basically, right. And
You kind of spoke.
with that example between us on each street.
Does it work from does it still work? Can you be famous of what you with like going and the same thing? Or does it have to be good again?
You know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal in order to leave the biggest kind of stuff. Right?
Yeah. So let's just say this.
So let's just say it was yeah.
Great.
I know that you're not me. It was like
I'm glad you said that.
well, right. Because I wanted to put him down to a better level. Basically, right. And
You kind of spoke.
with that example between us on each street.
Does it work from does it still work? Can you be famous of what you with like going and the same thing? Or does it have to be good again?
You know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal in order to leave the biggest kind of stuff. Right?
Yeah. So let's just say this.
So let's just say it was yeah.
Great.
Hey, DevWiz, welcome in with the Charmander. Alright, so I was just waiting for someone to pop in to start the game, because it would suck if it's only me who experienced this game, so... Oh, just a moment, I'll quickly fix it.
Right. And
You kind of spoke.
There we go. There we go, so, begin the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as
like
though he
a
had
shitty
been
life.
made exactly for this job. and Stanley was happy.
I'll fix the
And then
sound in
one
the game.
day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
He's literally telling me to go out of the office. I wonder what happens if I stay there. Yep. So weird, I can click with the button, right? And it sounds like I'm touching the keyboard. Anyways.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Alright, then let's do that.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause.
I want to offer promotion for your channel. Listen. No, thank you.
Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Okay. This is so fucking dumb, I love it.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant
This
something. It
fucking
has to
narrative.
be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417? I don't even know what that is. This is so fucked up, mate. I love that. You said War Font 417, right? 420 smoke.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437. Now we have to go backwards, right? No. 437. Oh, there.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
So 415. It's fucking narrative. 415, he said, yeah?
Now, back to door number 437.
Did you say 437, right?
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Oh my goodness. 417. Is it this one right here?
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419. 419. can't jump, get your first achievement. Okay. I know I can't jump apparently, but I need to get... Oh,
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Okay, dude, I got it. I'll go back to the copy machine. You got it, narrator.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it!
Woohoo!
Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now? What were you thinking?
Oh, this is brilliant, isn't it?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So the question is, are we gonna follow the narrator? He said the left, but we could go right. What do you feel like, Deathwish? Do you have a feeling today? Is it gonna be left or right? You make the choice. Left or right? Try right, alright.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
What the fuck? This is great, isn't it? Silly game. Keep dry.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Woo, we're standing on the top. Gravy's on Stanley. Yay! Hey, Slightly Wilson. Welcome in, mate.
Yes, really, really worth it being.
I need to show you something, right? So, I'm using another... I know you're using Restream, correct? So basically, I am using Caster Labs. I know you're also paying for Restream, so obviously you're using it. Makes sense, 100%. It's also easier compared to what I'm doing. But I asked for them to make it so I could read the chat easier, right? And as you can see now, it will show red if it's Stream Elements. No, if it's YouTube. It's purple if it's Twitch. And it's green. Kick will also be, but I assume Kick will be light green and stuff like that. So I'm very, very happy about that. You know, I just recommended some ideas and they implemented if they like it. So that's really no. Yo, Valkyras, welcome in. Good to see you again. I'll be lurking today. Have a great stream. I appreciate the lurk, mate. Much appreciated. The reason you don't see me that often right now is because I'm in school in the normal days.
Here in the room, a room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Really worth it. This game is so brilliant. I never played it. I saw a few. Like, in total, I think I had seen
At this point,
2 minutes of
Stanley's
gameplay.
obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
So I seen like 2 minutes of this game and I was like, yep, I want to play it. So I chose to not see anything until I bought it myself.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
He just decided the game was trying to send him a message. This is fucking awesome. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, fucking great. Okay.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Let's try it this way. So how are you guys doing today, Wilson and Deathwish?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh. I didn't listen where I had to go. How tall is this table? Maybe Stanley is just very small. Number one. Number one what? Dad, maybe. Not bad. Have my friend and her son around. They're watching the coronation while I'm making us ham sandwich. What is coronation? And ham sandwich is nice. It was the 2 people I saw on your stream the other day, right? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, but you die, so... Oh, you watched the coronation. Ah, okay. Now I get it, yeah.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I didn't. That wasn't my plan. Oh boy. I just wanted to look down. Fuck.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Doing alright. Slept late. Just chilling. Don't know what games to play. Going out
When
with
Stanley
the wife
came
tonight.
to a
And
set of
ooh,
2
very
open
nice.
doors. This
Enjoy
was
that
not the
night.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I will play some Hell Let Loose
Yes,
in the evening.
This room.
You can always join
eager
if
to get back to
you're
business,
not gonna
Stanley took
spend
the
more time
first
at home
open
with the
door on
wife
his
when you
left.
come back from the restaurant. So I'm going back to where we were before just to experience that run, yeah?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay. Just stay here.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story is...
Oh!
But in his eagerness
I wanted
prove
to
that
see if I
he's in
could get
control
over
of the
there.
story and no one gets to tell him what to do.
I got a haircut, feels so
Stanley
much
leapt
better.
from the
Nice!
platform and plunged to his death.
Very nice.
Good job,
In Denmark,
Stanley.
a haircut is
Everyone
expensive.
thinks you are very powerful.
So I just cut my own hair. I just cut my own hair.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
I
to go
didn't
to the
expect
meeting
to.
room.
I thought I
Perhaps he
could
had
get
simply
over
missed a
there.
memo.
But I forgot I couldn't jump.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
But it's always a nice feeling
The
after you,
lounge was
you get a
sublime,
haircut, you know?
a work of art.
You always
But
feel so...
eager to
Most
get
of the
back
time
to
you feel
business,
better.
Stanley took
But
the
if you're
first open
experimenting,
door
you
on
never
his
know
left.
if you're gonna feel better.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
It's incredible he wasn't fired.
Look, Stanley,
5
I think
years
perhaps
ago.
we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you
I want to go that
all
way.
this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
This is funny. I like this. Danger everywhere. Okay. 2B1. Oh, what is this place? I'm so nervous if I get a scare at some point. A red and a blue door.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
He's trying to help me.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant. Oh my god, that is so good. Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just
How does this
stopped.
work?
And
Oh,
I think I have a solution.
stop.
Here, let me show you.
Okay, I feel like my heartbeat is going up. I don't understand why.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Is that a moon? Stars? Are we on space?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Let's give him some happiness in his life, yeah? Is it gonna write some text? This game is so mindfucked. Oh. Oh, that's beautiful. Very nice. Interesting. Bye bye, clouds. He's just gonna do the same thing with the green stuff. Okay.
No,
Interesting.
wait. Where are you going?
Okay. I'll go back for you.
Right. Where were we?
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. This game is amazing. Oh, so silly. It's fucking amazing, isn't it? Fucking brilliant. Oh, so good. Wow. Wow. My name's Owen Wilson. Wow. Magnificent. Mesmerizing. Okay. Fuck him. Let's go.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
What the fuck? Okay.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Oh, fucking bollocks.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Really? Okay. Let's see what he says to this. So this is just a suicide stairs. Like, what the hell? Coffee. Cow fefe. Oh. Look at that. Beautiful painting. What is that? A girl, dog, and the sun. Happy. Oh, what the hell is going on?
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
I wonder what happens if we stay here, though. I wonder what happens. Okay. Probably nothing.
No! What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Yes.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
I'm done. Fuck you, Naruto. Get out of my head. Bye bye, cruel world.
No!
No! Oh.
Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
The thing is, I'm not walking very fast anymore, so I probably broke a leg.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
No. Let's take the stairs again. But the narrator...
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
This is so brilliant. This is so brilliant.
No. No, no. What are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Okay.
Yes. Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Okay. I don't know what's going on.
Perhaps not.
But it is entertaining, isn't it? Is it not? Because look how slow I go. So it's like I'm breaking my leg, so he's in pain, right? So I can't walk very fast.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
I'm just trying to see what kind of a narrator he's gonna keep saying.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
Such a silly game, but it's so brilliant at the same time, right? Who comes up with this idea of a game? I mean, it's brilliant. It's really, really brilliant. Someone who loves smoking drugs. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Bye-bye, world.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Back. All right.
All of his co-workers... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I'm going to the
Perhaps he
place
wanted to
before I
stop by
jump
the
down.
employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness.
Fuel.
Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Not this time.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, let's go.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Loading
I
dock
realize
A,
that
B,
investing
C,
your
D, E.
trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Who?
She's been waiting.
Who's been waiting? Waiting. I just want to see if I could activate it again to go the other way. Black doors. Oh, fuck.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then... Oh, no, you can't...
Oh!
Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
What?
You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
I didn't know that was a possibility either.
It's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
What the
Music
fuck?
comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay, that was brilliant.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
I put it in again. This is brilliant. I just looked at it and clicked it, and you could actually take it out. I didn't know that. That's brilliant. I'm in love with this game, not gonna lie. How did the fences come up? Did they make more safety so I can't jump down this time? I
Now
see.
that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
I see.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
I wonder if I can force it to go back again? Nah. I can't jump out there. Now we're going all the way back to start over, taking the correct door.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
What the hell?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Oh shit. Okay, fuck, it's deteriorating. This is fucked up, boys. Okay, we don't have a choice, I guess.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
Wait.
I have to.
Don't do that. What? Oh damn, what's going on?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a
Let's try
set
to
of
fuck
two
it up
open
again
doors,
just to see if
he
it
entered
happens the
door on
same
his
shit.
left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
What the hell?
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Okay. I can't. Nothing changes. Okay, fair
Behave
enough.
exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his
the
left.
left. All right. Do not alter without consulting
Yet there
whiteboard.
was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Private time. Group planning instead of cabal planning. Meeting room. Rest in peace, France. Office party. Pranking floors meeting. Floor 5 meeting. IT department. We have broke Wednesday. Boss inspection. Legal office efficiency. Termination Tuesday. Okay, so they terminate people every Tuesday. What to do about 432. Don't tell 432 about me. About the meeting. Okay. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Target push for funding for R plus D of new coffee machine. Not cost efficient. Standardized graphs. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are to synergize. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergy guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic. What the fuck is going on? How does... Okay. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. This will ensure everyone is unique. You most of all. Synergize core value expenditures. Number of slides, charts, and slides. Monetize free to play. Shift global market parade. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. On your boss operation menu worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out and triplicate and return your boss. Okay. Buy quarterly. Release someone from the broom closet. Is he still stuck in there?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Oh, how fancy. Oh, very fancy. What happens if I go down? Nothing. The beige page. Business time.
Stepping inside
I
his
like
manager's
this.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Business strategy, pistol to the front of a head of someone.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Carte Blanche, Edmond Blanc. Boy.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Nice. Let's see what he says next time. Sehon.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Oh, what the
When
fuck?
Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
Oh!
the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
What the fuck?
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this.
What the fuck is this game?
So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right
Sorry,
thing to do.
Leroy.
Take as much time as you need.
This is so fucking odd. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew
There's
it
still a way we
perfectly
can go
well.
this way that I haven't
Perhaps
tried
he wanted
out.
to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yes.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
So where are we going now?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Quite funny, you have to research what way to go.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Creepy. Oh, fuck me. What is this? These are the employers.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now.
What room number
Whole
did we
story
start with?
completely
4,
unusable.
2,
How
something.
about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay, game.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go
I
to
like
the meeting room. Perhaps
work.
he had simply missed a memo.
I just hate my boss. Okay.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change?
What changed?
Stanley,
The lamp?
did you change anything when we were back
Oh.
in that room with all the monitors? Did
Oh,
you
shit.
move the story somewhere or... Hold on.
There's more doors.
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
Hold on.
Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh, interesting. The fuck is this? I have a feeling like Doom, you know, or the old, what is it called? That way.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I hate Mondays. Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Okay, yep. It's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. So be it. There's no windows here now? Oh, there are.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh. The fuck? Gonna be murdered by some
Now
crazy guy now?
Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay. Restarting again. The Stanley Parable Adventure line.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Alrighty. Oh, there's a lot of clips in this video game. Oh, they're playing this game. What is it called? Put the king up there. Oh, that's the ace first. Yeah. Okay, follow the line. Easy.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh. James Bond, baby! Oh, that is from Payday game. Oh, fun. This fucking game.
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. There's no way I'll remember that. Absolutely no way. I'm not gonna remember.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Still missing the doors. Did we make a mistake following the line? Perhaps we could have found the story on our own.
This is very fucked up. Knowing your city. You'll try to follow the line again? Oh.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this
What
to
number
us?
were
And
we?
after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Restart. Okay.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
What direction? Oh, interesting. I like it. Let's do
Now,
it.
yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Nice. I want spaceships. Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, no, not you again.
Hello.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay. It's gone.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Is it
How
now?
important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Alrighty. Guess I don't have a choice. Oh.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is?
Oh, these are all the
one
different
giant ending?
endings.
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
How funny.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing. wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Wait, what the fuck? Don't scare me like that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh, now it goes this
Stanley
way.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So fucked up.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Is it looking the same? Yeah, it looks the same in there. So instead of down, we'll just go
He
straight.
detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
So is this the door we could have come from? Yeah, it is. Okay. Very interesting.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
This time I could open it. What the fuck? Oh, I can go down now.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, what is this? Okay. I wish I could zoom in. Hi, Lonnie. I think... Now, invite... Can't fucking read it. It's a tiny, too small.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
This can't be
And
real.
At last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
Sounds like a shitty
I
life.
want
It's
my
all I
apartment
want.
and my wife and
Well,
my
that
job.
sounds good though. The apartment and
All
wife.
I
but-
want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Ah, poor guy.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What the fuck?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
What the fuck?
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. Forgot even to call the ambulance, I guess. This game.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew
I'm
it
trying to
perfectly
remember
well.
all the
Perhaps
possible
he wanted to
choices I
stop
have
by the
done so
employee
far.
lounge first, just to admire it.
So far I
And here
know
it
that I have
was, the
not skipped
lounge.
anything, I believe.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Because it's
Feeling
set
a
up here,
wave of
like...
disbelief,
How was
Stanley
it?
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer
Get
there.
Chris out of the broom closet, right? So I open it. But there was nobody in there. Here we were.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
So I'm
Why
just
did
gonna
doors
go in a
close
circle now and
automatically
hear the
behind
same
him
shit again?
wherever he went?
Okay.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This
So
can't
there's
be
no
real.
point going that way?
And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying
Coffee
and began
nut.
to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself
This
being
is so
considered
fucked up.
by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt,
Yeah?
that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too.
So nothing
Surely,
seems to
surely,
change if
he
I
could
just keep running through.
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
I am.
Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
And everything went black. This is the story of a woman
I love that
named
part.
Mariella.
This is the story of Marielle.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Then she turned and ran. Okay. Let's not do that again. That took a long time.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
So he says something new now. It's actually fucking creepy what he just said. Not gonna lie, that was fucking creepy.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, we'll go up to the boss man now.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes. Executive... Oh. Bathroom. To be rich, is it a crime to commit crimes? Isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. By the way, correct way of putting your toilet paper, just so you know. We open this door then. Oh shit. Oh, it's a different room now. What the fuck? Oh shit. Let's do it. Fuck it. Up and down. Stanley. Stanley, Stanley. Stanley. Feel like the elevator is shaking. What the fuck is this? Stanley. Stanley. It's quite funny, not gonna lie. Oh, time. Graphs. Indoors monthly. Okay. Let's go to the boss room then.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Two, 8, 4, 5. Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Alright, alright, alright. I'm hiding. Rather creepy, really. Did click upwards, by the way. But, okay. You still going? Yeah, boy! I'm trying as
Descending
many
deeper into the building,
different
Stanley
possibilities,
realized
mate.
he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Let's see what happens if I go upwards.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out. Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Fucking brilliant. Oh, this is so good. Oh, this is a fun game.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he? Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
This game is kind of cool, isn't it, Deathwish? Huh? Just trying to see what the fuck.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
Fuck, that scared me.
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
How do they come up with all this crap?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process.
Drugs, yeah, you're probably right. Oh, this game is chill as fuck. Total amount of drugs, yeah. Probably about a 2 handfuls, I guess. Per hour.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Okay, let's try to go down.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
It's all about confusing the enemy. By confusing yourself. That's the trick I'm going by here. I just want to see if he fucks it up again or if he's just shut up now.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator.
Oh my
But
goodness.
the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
And slow.
There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
Oh, wait, hold on. This changes everything, dude. Oh, shit, okay.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Live on stage. Am I ending on a stage now? Holy shit, okay, I did not expect this. Stage door.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
Okay, this is really fucked up. Okay, to stage.
Right,
Welcome,
are you
Stanley.
ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly
427.
unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
Stanley and Dad, the four. Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. You are too cool. Good luck on stage. Rock on. Break a leg, champ. Your boss. I love the way you ride elevators. No one tells stories the way you do. Go get him, Tiger. The same break a leg from the boss. My time here. My true love for you grows every day. You make me feel alive. Your wife from the apartment ending. The fuck? Oh yeah, we didn't get the apartment ending. How did I go for that one? Oh, that's the phone. We have to go for the phone. Yeah, let's try to get that next time. The phone. Woohoo! Potty potty! Yeah, that's right, everyone. Hey, hey, you. Oh, and you too, man. Whew, okay, that was a tough life. Oh, a phone is ringing.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Okay. Very odd. New content. Maybe another day.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the
All
correct
right.
way to the
Let's
meeting
go
room,
see if we
and
can get-
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Meet the
Perhaps
wife.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I don't get tired of that one.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really.
If I remember correctly,
I realize that
the
investing
phone was
your
up
trust
here.
in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but
Oh, are you still here, Death
all
Wish?
this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
Yeah,
To
so
put
when I
your
was
work
playing
aside,
the
to let her back
Commander
into your
yesterday, I got
life. She's been
my
waiting.
head got so like what do you kind of like this feeling like you're sick. I just felt it's like stress or something, right? Just the amount of things you have to constantly keep an eye for was awful. Because it was
That's
new,
her,
right?
Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To
Okay, let's
reach
see.
out to her.
427.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
What the fuck?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Oh, damn.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
What the fuck?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee. Press N on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
No, I'm not gonna press C. Alright.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to
Like
work.
most people's life, I
One might
guess.
even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press G to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he
What is
began to fill
happening?
it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Press I to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Press O to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Press R to be at work in the morning. So you're gonna wait, and then at some point you're gonna press it, and he's like, "I told you so." That's probably how it's gonna be, you know. Yeah, nothing seems to happen. Yeah, nothing happens, okay.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press Q to question.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Okay. And we're back here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Perhaps he simply missed a memo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes, he did.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody.
8.
He began wildly tearing through
Achievement.
papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Into the open passageway. Okay. Interesting. Okay, finally, let's go through this area.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okay. Let's see. Can't go back anyways.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yep. Is that a flame? Okay.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence
Oh, damn.
whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind
That's
man.
one way to fire someone,
So
I
he
guess.
resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
No!
Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator.
What the fuck?
As Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What the fuck? Stanley's Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Okay, what the fuck is going on, guys?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now?
Oh, this is the
Do you
map.
see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
This blueprint shows the office of the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the doorways to the two doors was the first part of the game that was build section had been added and altered throughout the development through the core. Okay, through the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Interesting. Very cool. This is interesting. Stanley's computer. Then we turn. We go forward to then go up here to the two doors. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reads the two doors in a good time. Okay. Filing cabinets. The set of the tomb door was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley's Parable design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. The offices. Button, a selection of the sound used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard strokes and a synthesized tone. Okay. This is very cool. Office computers. Installing Chart Pro. Employee database. Please enter your command. Print employees data. Printing total employees and total database. 604. Total employee in office 2. Okay, so there should be 2 people. Please enter your command. List employees in office. Employee 427. Status offline. Employee status. So it registered my character Stanley as offline. And then an employee it can't find. Oh shit. Based on the work of the Stanley Parable 2013, additional level design. Okay. The office. An early version of the maintenance room. Oh. Not gonna lie, this is pretty cool, eh? Fun. Money. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. Shortly after starting to build it, that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. What? Okay. From Ben Stager, subject gloves, dead strong bad. What do the lights in the control room do? I really want to know, Montgomery. Oh, are these people who ride Montgomery Jones? Wait, what? Are these real people? I am Anthony Elias, business bro, please. Partner with me, it is a very rewarding business venture. For you, sir, and it is, what is your message for today, sincerely? After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are the selection of... There's a skeleton inside of you. Am I Stanley? Are you spying on me? Okay. An early version of the lounge. The office. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Okay. Obey, disobey. Vent. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. Number of designs, but ultimately it was the simpler version that won out. Okay. I don't want to see too much though. We ran 4 major trailers over the course of the game development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 12th. It features a series of broken rooms in the voice of the narrator. Okay, whatever. Begin the game again, resume the game option, return menu. For a long time we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I could see that point. Countdown desk. One of the desks from early version of the countdown ending. Where do I have to go to get out of here? Screens of the development of the boss office. From that one to that one to that one, I assume. Kevin Brighting
Stanley stood on the snow.
recorded dialogue for the entire game, roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game.
See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of...
I love his voice though. It was very good narrator voice. Very good. Really good choice. Oh, exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
And then what? Okay, I just had to click.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
I wonder if it's your inner dialogue you're talking with this.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Fuck. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes, go to the meeting room. I know it says
When
new
Stanley
content,
came
but
to a
we will
set
deal
of
with that
2
later.
open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a
get
wave
fired.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
What the fuck? Brilliant. Really, really brilliant. Love it. Yada, yada, yada. We know the drill.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, let's do that.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed
we have
with
been up there
television
before.
screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
It's open. Alrighty then. Cameras. Employee observation protocol. If I can't fucking read that.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
We
Their
are
true nature
427.
revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the
Yeah,
building.
it's our office,
Stanley's
boys.
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Creepy.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Probably.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Offline. Can't go up there, I guess. Disabled. So everything is turned off. Okay. Guess we'll have to go up here. Oh, big ass button. Number 5. There's a button over here. We probably have to click in the order, the number order. 3. Wait, I see numbers. One, 2, 3. Where's 4? Awaiting input.
A And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Alrighty.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself? Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you.
Feel the music,
about
yeah?
me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
How do we get this fucking shit to
My
work?
goodness, only 34 seconds left. But
They're
I'm
confused.
enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some
Press
extra
1.
time on the clock. Why not? These
Oh,
are
how nice
precious
of him.
additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is
5.
it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Says 5.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling
Interesting.
desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
Press any key to
Another
send.
choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me.
Ah,
You're part of
sneaky
the
fucker.
joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Heavily, yeah. Boop. What the fuck? Still confused what the fuck I had to do. Okay, that was
All his
hectic.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes, he did.
Here's the door, just go.
Here's the door, just go. How nice of him, eh? Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yes, he did. I guess so, yeah.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Where freedom meant nothing.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Okay.
Here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machine...
Just finished. Hey, you know. Hello, mate. Welcome in.
and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened,
Oh, been a long time
Stanley
no see.
reflected
Yeah, a
on
whole
how
week,
many
mate.
puzzles still lay
A
unsolved.
whole week.
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Freedom!
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing.
Dude,
worth
I was going to
knowing.
tell you how
Stanley
when we
stepped
see other
through the open
comments,
door.
it will cover the screen, but you did it in a great way. Yeah, so I just had a possibility
Stanley
to
felt
activate
the cool breeze
30
upon his
seconds or
skin,
whatever, so I just
the
chose
feeling
30.
of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley was happy. Very happy. So we beat the game. But that doesn't mean we've seen everything. The one about life things.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
That's a new voice. Like a new sentence, he says.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Just to admire.
It was okay.
It was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
She did.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Did I come at the ending of the game? But Stanley's Parable is great. It has Minecraft built in it. It's an Easter egg and the choices too. Yeah, so I did complete the game, but I'm trying to go through different choices.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Basically,
coming to a staircase,
there should be
Stanley
something
walked
under this
upstairs
stair.
to his boss's office.
But I don't know what to do with these things. I can't read it. It's too small, you know. And then I found a Payday mask from the game Payday. By the way, the next game I'm gonna stream is probably gonna be SpongeBob. The elevator, I've been inside the elevator too. Just elevator music, and you can hear the guy, you know,
Here's
sing.
the door, just go.
I have Payday. It's the only paid game I have on PS4. I had it on PS3. Payday was fun, but I didn't enjoy it that much. SpongeBob, yay! I have seen very few clips of it, but I like SpongeBob. He's funny.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind Control Facility. By the way, did I tell you the PS3 I had is hacked? Yeah, you did, mate.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Did he have the strength to find out?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Where freedom meant nothing. I love the narrator's voice.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
I do have the game, mate.
Had Stanley really
I do
been
have
under
it, but I
someone's
will
control
stream it when I
all this
upgrade my
time?
PC.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring
I ordered
job?
everything,
That
so I'm
his
just waiting for the
emotions had been
CPU to arrive now.
manipulated to accept it blindly?
Then I should not have any problem streaming and playing it.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
So I have the
Never.
motherboard at home. I have
It was
the
unthinkable.
RAM
Wasn't
modules.
It?
Just need
Was
the.
it even
I will
possible?
probably get the CPU
Had
on Monday.
he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating,
Yeah, I
working,
maybe won't watch
all
it
of it
because
monitored and commanded from this
I will
very
get it.
place.
I don't want to.
And
Yeah,
as the
I
cold
understand
reality
that
of his
part.
past began
Completely
to
makes
sink
sense,
in,
mate.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After
need
they
to
kept
figure
you
out this
enslaved all
puzzle
these
down
years,
here.
You go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just
One time my
initiated the
cousin gave me the
network's
CD
emergency
for a week. I
detonation
didn't stop
system.
playing. It's the
In the
best.
event that this
In
machine is
Red Dead
activated
Redemption.
without proper
One or
DNA
number 2?
identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then?
Oh,
Let's
nice.
say,
I played some of the game.
Ah, now this is making things a little
So
more
we need
fun,
number
isn't it,
2.
Stanley? It's your time to shine. You
And
are
then
the
we need to
star.
click on a
It's
purple
your
button,
story
maybe.
now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind.
Incorrect. See,
What
that's
a
what I
shame
don't
we have so
understand,
little
right? It
time
says
left to
number
enjoy
1,
it.
arrow
Mere
down bottom.
moments until the bomb
Hint.
goes off. But what precious moments each one
So
of
number
them
1 is over here, right?
More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where
Blue.
to start. What's
Blue
that?
1.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway.
One
I'll
light
tell you
blue.
exactly what happened to them. I erased them.
22.
I turned off the machine. I set
Oh,
you
I have to
free.
find 22
Of
light
course,
blue.
that
Okay,
was
I got
merely
it.
in this instance of the story.
Oh, shit.
Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times,
10.
I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing
Are they all
everyone
10?
inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this,
Wait,
though.
what?
This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come
Confused.
up with on the next go-around will be even better.
You have
My
3 of 10
goodness,
remaining.
Only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley?
Says 1.
Is it that you have no idea
Light
where you're
blue,
going or what you're supposed to be doing
22,
right now?
right?
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something
Number
here
3.
will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That
Dark
this video
blue
game
1.
can be beaten? One solved?
What is a
Do
dark
you
blue
have
1?
any idea what your purpose in this place is? But you really believe there's an answer? How many times will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution? 10? 100? 1,000? I look forward to finding out and to watching the bomb go off each time you fail. Just you and me and the retching explosion of fire
5.
and metal
Green
over
2.
and over and over for
What does
all
it
of eternity.
mean?
And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces.
No ending here, just
Will
you
cling
blown to
desperately
pieces.
your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life.
I need to
from the
Google
moment
how
we
that
fade in
works
until the
because I
moment
want to
say,
see it. I'm not
happily
gonna
ever
waste
after.
my time completely on fucking running there and dying all the time. It's just silly. Maybe there's some guides on it. How to watch silly birds. mean, I'm trying to figure out with some of these achievements. Why are you waiting? You can't see it, but I can just do this though. I'm looking at. I don't know.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to
And
the
how
meeting
many do
room.
I have now? I
Perhaps
haven't
he had
checked.
simply missed a memo. Oh.
Oh, 43. That's
new
cool. It's probably the
content?
shorts.
What does that mean? New content.
Just tries this one. So I sometimes upload some videos, you know, on YouTube shorts. So it's probably those. I believe so.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Nice. Brilliant
The
way of...
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra
Stanley
Deluxe.
Parable
Oh,
Ultra
well, this
Deluxe.
sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Me too.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the
At
new
long
content.
last.
I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Hey! What does it say? Yellow cloak, is that correct?
Say initial
Thank you so much for
impressions
the
of
follow.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Much appreciated.
tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the
welcome
content,
in.
Stanley.
Okay, that way. You wanna do something, alrighty. The jump circle.
All right. Let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh, we can jump here. New content, look at that. Silly new content. Now what? That's all I can jump, so that's it. No more jumping. Where this cable go? Just disappeared. So basically, it just allowed me to jump for a bit. Oh, fuck. Oh, how silly.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
So that's all the jump I could do in the game. Okay. Brilliant, really. Another elevator.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000
back, mate.
hours of
Welcome
new
back.
content. And if... oh, wait. There's more. Very good.
very
Yes.
good.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's
See
gone
you,
into
Disco,
it.
when you
In
can.
fact,
I will,
I'm
mate.
looking
Thank
right
you.
now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks.
Is it a picture of
Just
you? Is that
and
what you
me
mean?
Having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
So that was it? That was the new content? Ah, okay. Oh, the narrator, okay. Oh, a ventilator.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Alright, I'll follow him for once. Screwdriver. Huh?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Okay.
Just our little secret. Take a look.
When I get a free game but it needs 20 gigabyte and it's bad, yeah. It sucks, doesn't it? By the way, 16 gigabyte took me 6 hours. Holy shit. Oh! It's like a Diablo game or some shit. This is so cool.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Yeah, but what Diablo? There's so many.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release?
Oh, the new one. I
Remember
like
back in
Diablo
October
4.
of
I'm gonna play it.
2013, when the game originally launched. Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, they won all these things? Oh, yeah, not that one. Our First Kiss, My First Car, the release of Stanley Parable in 2013. The original remake, the Stanley Parable buy on Steam. No. Good times. $1, our first dollar. Trip down memory lane. Smile because it happened. This is the deluxe edition if you're talking about Stanley's Parable, mate. Unachievable, it is about to get this achievement. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. Wait, what game are we talking about? Because this came out in 2013. Were you 2 years? Yeah, you probably were, right? If you were like, yeah. Time flies, eh? Nominee, British Academy Award. New video game releasing today. Oh yeah, I died in the game. Imagine have a house where you could sit on that bench in real life and you could not hear any humans, any airplanes, any cars, just you and nature with a nice cup of coffee, and you would probably be tea, right? Just imagine, dude. That's what I wish for in my life. I want to... My plan in loving memory of little Stanley. Oh, look at that. That yogurt, yeah.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism.
Don't
10
read
out
any
of 10
reviews except
from
this one.
Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
But yeah, my plan is to buy and farm. And then with all the land I get, I'll plant trees. And live inside of a forest. That's my plan. What do they mean it was every game? I'm not sure. It's a maintenance room down there. Memory zone maintenance. Person of the year is probably Stanley. Oh, that's Michelle. I think her name was Michelle. Your number is 29. No, it is 427. The end is never the end. It's never the end, it's never the end.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in
Went to a
games
place with my
and one
family,
that offers
all
some
of
of the
it with
most
flowers.
enjoyable,
Oh, that sounds
surprising,
beautiful,
and
dude.
rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed
No, I'm
to
not
be
sure.
left
No, I don't think you did,
alone,
mate.
to spend the rest of time collecting dust.
I don't think you
in the
told me
hallowed
anything
hall
about her,
of
boy.
beloved video game memories.
Yeah, I can't go that way, dude. Serious Room 2013. Oh, you mean the... Yeah, that turns into a butterfly. Yeah, then you did. Then you did. Then I remember. People play games because of what they can do inside them, and your game is very good at letting though they can't do anything. Literally anything. Yeah, they are creepy, aren't they? What am I supposed to do? I can't jump, for example. So how am I supposed to get in there? Oh, I have to go backwards then.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
Oh, Steam
Surely
reviews.
these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Are we gonna see people write the Steam reviews? They're probably hiding them for a reason, so we're probably gonna see the worst one. So your dad was a shepherd for 6-7 years. Oh, that's cool, man.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
You're the cool city boy. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of insects. They're important. I hope they never extinct. But they're creepy if you ask me. Why can't I read those? Not recommend. It would be fun not to be able to read these. Hey, Game Face, how you doing, mate? Like one time that worm came to his mouth, he just picked it and threw it. I hate him, yeah. What?
Okay, let's see what this one says.
This is
While
Stanley's
the
Parable,
idea of the
mate.
game is good. For someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't.
So,
Yeah.
we have
What an
found,
awful
Game
memory
Face,
to
this
have
is
to
a
hold
narrator
on to.
game, right? So we
These
have
black
found
marks on my
the
otherwise
area for
unimpeachable
Steam
track record.
reviews they put in the game
feel
from the first game they
Like
released.
a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
It's a very short game, so I would never recommend to pay full price for it.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer.
It's a very special
Yes,
kind
a
of game.
skip
There's no
button we
fighting,
shall
there's
have.
nothing, it's just a narrative gameplay. With choices. It's just a very fun, weird game.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30,
Oh, look at the
45
time over
minutes.
there. What is that?
It's not unendurable.
10 minutes past 2, right?
There's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated.
Should we
and
skip
can
again,
say
guys?
Goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Oh yeah, it's been 12
You've
hours.
just
Holy
been
shit.
frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back.
Oh, look at the
my
plants.
goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
I don't know, the plants
I've
died.
been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stan.
Is he dead? Did he leave? Well, there's no way out, though. Oh, he fucking ran out. Oh, the fire alarm is off. Yeah, we don't want to listen to that, right? So let's skip again.
But But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the...
Okay, what now? Now what? Okay.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Think you lost it?
Never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Is...
Holy shit, what happened here? Can we get out now? No? We cannot get out. How many years passed? Oh, my computer just fucking lagged. The water will break the walls. I feel, yeah, maybe. Oh shit, it became so lush outside. This is what happened when humans disappear. Oh. Humans are back. Everything is destroyed. I love there's still power in the bottom. I don't think the sun has been destroyed though. Oh, there we go. But something happened. What? This game is a mindfuck on a whole different level, dude. You probably have to click the bottom again, but I'm just checking it out. The weirdest part is we can hear water, but I don't see any water. As an Arbian, get on my camel, we will have the best journey. Yes. They'll be back in the office, guys.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The new content. This wasn't there before. Let's try again.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. How are you doing today, Game Face? New content.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
One step even further.
I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Wait, what? Are they gonna make a Stanley Parable too?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
I don't know how to say it in different language, I guess. This is 2 in Swedish. Tvor. This is Norwegian Tvor. Not sure. There's some Russian in between there. Can't read.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams
I don't know,
progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Every pause button. Okay. More TSP, better TSP. Win-win. Sequential mindshare. Okay, the Stanley Parable 2. The Stanley Parable 2 logo idea. Yeah, this one is good. I like this one. Your dad and uncle are lawyers. Let's go.
I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific
New
or
features.
logical, really.
New content on the bus. Welcome to the
Here we are.
Expo.
Go on, try out some of the new features.
The end is never the end again. Please, no screenshot. The Stanley Parable 2.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Neither. Oh.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
We won't do a screenshot, we will do a screen capture. Exactly, boy. That's goddamn right. Ooh, one got stuck.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Free new easy achievement. Collectibles, free achievements, infinite hole. What's the other balloon, the white one? It says get well someday. Oh, the jump circle. This is the only place you can jump.
Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle.
Oh.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Oh, man. Setting World Championship. Okay. Can't see that. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. What? That's new. Epilogue. Press the button.
For the Stanley Parable 2,
Hey, Kenneth, how you doing, mate?
What do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
I'm good, just took a shower. Nice. I mean the whole ends. Alright, Janelle, I will check it all out.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, Let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Hello,
I want
everyone.
you
My
to
name is
imagine
Jim.
yourself- Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first.
No, we're not letting him finish.
Now, allow yourself to become Jim. All right, fine, whatever.
Whatever.
It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't
Get
you go
outta
humiliate
here.
me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Jim.
See, if you'd only played along, that would have been your name the button says, but no. Instead, I can't even think about it. I'm taking the Jim button away.
All right, then you do that, mate. Take it away, then.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable too. They would appreciate what I've created here.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. Dude, most turtles can't buy plane tickets to Argentina. But they're
A
turtles.
common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Oh, look at that.
You
It's
see,
coming
Stanley,
down.
anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair,
fucked
must
up.
already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable too.
So now I have a fucking bucket on me? Is that it? I love that you can hear the bucket when you're walking.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Weird. You forgot to see what I sent on Discord and see the whole... No, I didn't forget that you sent me something. You told me to watch it when I had time. So let's go to the... this one first. We will go to the infinite hole. Don't worry. I want to see it all. Get yours right now. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps. Just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Da-ba-da-ba-da. Da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. After a while, I don't new game. Okay. So we can't get it. Bum 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 bum. Okay, I guess.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Did we go up there? No, we didn't. Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them? Collect them all. Oh, wow, this is beautiful.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting.
Oh my
all
god,
of them.
look at the
I don't
figures.
want to stifle
Trying
the
to get
intrinsic
it.
joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What the fuck? Okay. I was late
God, it
33
really is
secs,
the worst
although
when you
I was
collect
on
everything in a
360.
video
What
game,
what
and
do
then
I
they give you
mean?
a
I don't
big
know what you
fancy
mean.
reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Okay, time for the hole, I guess. I think so. Oh, you were behind with 33 seconds on the stream. I see. No, I don't think you missed anything, mate. It just keeps going.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right.
What about the infinite hole? It's right here, mate. I'm gonna do it now.
Until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video
Can I
games.
survive?
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Maybe you'll just wait if you say there's something on the bottom, mate.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
What are you hiding down here, narrator?
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole?
No, but
To be
a
certain
cat
it
did
is.
walk past me, yes.
It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever.
Yes.
Look, I think the issue here is
I have a
just
cat
that
and a
you're
dog.
unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works
Mostly
for you,
infinite.
then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Cigarettes, exactly. There was cigarettes over here.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Okay. Now the question is if there was something we missed. Because it could be that I missed something. Go back though to the infinite hole. Is that what you go back down? Why does he talk about it again? Yeah, he might be right. He will do that actually. Ah, okay, I can do that, sure. Oh, what's that? Oh
Oh,
no!
for heaven. You see, I was right. The
Problem is you.
The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you?
Yeah,
this
it's
time?
shorter now.
I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily
Just
less
the
and less
two of
infinite.
us.
I suspect that I'm
We
starting
couldn't
to hit
make
the
it
point
if we
where it's no
tried.
longer
Just the
feasible to
two
call
of
the hole
us. Just the two of
infinitely
us.
deep,
Just the
even by
two
the
of
lax
us.
overall standards for
Building
accountability and
castle
marketing.
in the
What's
sky.
going
Just
on
the
here?
two of us.
Stanley, I
Hey,
have
you
no
and
explanation for
I.
the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is.
Oh.
The shape. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do, and
No,
hit
I
the
don't,
teleport
mate.
button when you're
But
ready
I do
move
love to
on.
sing, though. I just can't. Press G, I do.
Is the teleport button not working?
I appreciate your kind
Sure.
words, but we both know I
Well,
don't.
I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment
So
ago.
now I can't
Try it
teleport.
again.
Hey, cat.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
Well, I appreciate
Take
your
care,
words, man.
Stanley. I hope you and the hole...
He's leaving me now.
wonderful rest of eternity together.
This fucker just left me here. Oh. Is that a creeper? Oh shit. Oh shit. Narrator? Narrator? Oh fuck. The music is epic though. Ah, you don't know, so you don't know this part, yeah? So dramatic. Change your perception. It's not even a lie when if you feel like this music, you feel like something nice is happening. Change your reality. Oh, that's creepy. Oh, look at him.
My head's stronger.
Look at the cute dogs. Yeah, dogs are nice. What the fuck is that? Press J. I know. I'm just checking out these different things. Okay, we've seen these things. Okay. Oh. Haha.
My head's stronger.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley!
He will become a bucket.
Oh, good, you're awake. It
I'm
seems you
awake.
had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland.
Oh.
But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back.
Something else is gonna happen again. Writing on my keyboard. Or are we just gonna reset now? Okay.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
So that's it for now, right? We're done. The jump circle, most infinite hole, the bottom that says the name of the player. We did that. Okay. We did the bucket thing because we have the bucket. We can't get the achievement. That's new. I think we've been up here. Yes, we were. Alright, I'll check real quick then. Oh, the video.
New content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Parable.
Ultra Deluxe. Delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
What the fuck, dude? Okay. Exit. We've seen it all, I believe. Time to exit this place. The bundle says free achievement, this map. Jump circle, setting world champion. We couldn't do that. The office decoration, epilogue, collectible infinite. Time to do the exit.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Is that a bomb? Alright, mate. Take your time. No screenshot, please.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is.
I'm ready.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay,
That's
never
like a
mind.
jumping game.
Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley?
Welcome
This
back, you
isn't
know.
a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
I really love this voice.
Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okay. This game was developed by Crows, written by Davey Redden, narrated by Kevin Brighting. Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee
So basically
number
the intro to the
427.
second game. Funny.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders
so
came in, as though
Everybody
he had
sleep
been
on my
made
arm.
exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Fucking balloons.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Our bucket. Wait, what? Why couldn't I open and close that door out of nowhere? You're lagging so much. I'm sorry to hear that, mate.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Try to go through the game.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket
Might leave
guiding
soon.
him?
I'm watching on. I'm still
Yes,
lagging.
this
Alright,
is
mate. No
certainly the
worries. I
most
appreciate
logical
you been here.
explanation.
Oh, a collectible.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome, mate. This game is so fucked up. Still
The
enjoyable
elevator
though.
raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Go, 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 go.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this
Think
place
we
hold?
have over there.
Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
The corner of the left side of the bucket, I think that's our room. If I correctly remember. That one there. It's
The
still that
monitors
one?
jumped to life.
No,
and Stanley
it was
nearly
this
dropped
one.
the
I
bucket
was
in
wrong.
shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
That everything would be fine.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
What the fuck?
At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But
Only
here was
trust
the
the
proof.
bucket.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again...
Oh.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket
Yeah, the
had
bucket
defeated
is
their
nice.
greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and...
Oh.
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable
Bullshit.
silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
Yeah, they don't want us to have the simple life.
The bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
This fucking game.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
I'm not gonna pick up the bucket this time, just to see.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop
A
by
Steam
the
review
employee
guy
lounge
says,
first,
entertain us,
just to
this is
admire it.
boring.
It was okay.
Yeah.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Trust the completionist instinct. Oh, this changed. This changed. Collectible? No.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs. What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like
Rider.
that. Another Stanlerine under your belt. Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Here's the door, just go.
Here's the door, just go. Be right back. All right, mate.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had
Elevator
been
is arriving.
manipulated to
Yeah,
accept it
buddy.
blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this... blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Now to
Freedom
control
was
them, I
mere
think.
moments away.
Yeah, probably.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Freedom!
Stanley stepped through the open door.
Fuck you, bucket.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation.
It's the
The
freedom,
immense
mate.
possibility of the new path.
It's the
before
freedom,
him.
you know.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
It's freedom. Was happy. Until he was no longer happy. Alright, I will stop the stream now because I have a dog that I need to take out. But quite funny they call it the number 2 then. I think that's quite brilliant. So thank you so much for being here, Yanal, Game Face, Death Wish. And then there was another person who popped in for a moment. Kenneth was here also, and then there was... Where is that person? Slightly Wilson too, right. And Quick West, but he was just a bot basically. Valcrest was here also. Thank you so much guys for being here. I have a dog. I have a dog, mate, that I need to walk. I feel that's quite important so he don't poop and pee inside. So. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you coming in. It makes my day better when you're not sitting alone streaming or playing games. I appreciate that, mate. So thank you so much, Yanal, and thank you for your kind words. I appreciate it. No, I just need to walk him outside. That's all. If I might be streaming tomorrow, and if I am, it will probably be SpongeBob. I feel like this game is kind of over. I just need to quickly go through the achievements and stuff like that. So I will install SpongeBob, and then hopefully I will play that tomorrow and stream it. So until next time, guys, take care. Goodbye.